Alright people, today we are going to make a 130 by 130 square. For this you need a sharp pencil. If it's not sharp, find a pencil sharpener. It should be sharp enough to use as a weapon, but do not use it as a weapon. With your piece of wood you need to find the straightest edge. You may think you're pretty good at telling which edge is straight. You are not. We have tools for this. Use the edge of a ruler or a set square, put it against the wood, hold it up to the light, and you will see gaps where the wood is not straight. So after checking this one, I've decided this edge here is the straightest of the two. To prove that it's straight, we will now put a little smiley face in there. It could be as detailed as required. But essentially, this edge is the only edge we know is square. From there, we need to make sure we've got this edge here square, which is what the set square is for. This will ensure we measure a right angle. Hold it firmly against the happy edge, smiley face, and then, while holding it firmly there, move it up the wood towards the edge until you get as close as you can without going over the edge. See this is too far. You need to make sure you can get a line the whole way across. Remember, before you rule this line, hold on here nice and tight. If it's loose, it won't be square. So hold it against the wood firmly, set it up, and mark your line. Mark it twice so you know that it's there. And now we have a line which is square to a happy face. So if you want, you can put a happy face on this line because we know this line is now part of the world that is square. Obviously, to make a 130mm square, we're going to need to come down the wood from this line this way. So this is what we're going to focus on next, 130 to somewhere. To find our somewhere, we use a ruler, measure 130mm, which is 13 centimeters if you got stuck with a centimeter ruler, and then carefully mark right on the end. These metal rulers finish right on 0. Using a wooden ruler, it will not finish on 0, beware. So, we know this little tiny mark here is 130mm down the wood. But to make it straight, we need to use our set square again. And remember, hold it firmly against the wood so that it goes straight. Line it up and do it twice to make sure you get a good line. We now have another happy line. Smiley face is weird as, but that's okay. So we've now got 3 sides. We know this side is 130mm. These 2 sides, they're probably a little bit long. So grab a ruler and measure from your good side. So find the smiley face side. You can see him sneaking in there in the corner. 130mm along the wood. It should be almost the full width, but not quite. When you get there, put a little mark in. Do the same on the bottom edge. If you can't get the ruler on there, flip the wood around. You want your ruler nice and solid. Measuring off our good edge, 130mm. If you get your lines wrong, erase them, do them again. I've got my 2 marks. Now we join them, and once joined, you should have a perfect square. If you're not sure that it's perfect, measure it diagonally, and each side should be approximately 183mm. If both sides are exactly the same, you've built yourself a square. If they're not, you may want to check your measuring.